What's going on, everyone? It's 1 o'clock, and this is what's really going down in the PM. We are your hosts, Julene,
and Nichi.
and we got a great show for you today. We're gonna talk about the holidays like Halloween, Thanksgiving, cultural appropriation, what is and what isn't, your favorite Halloween movies, and fun fact, the sound guy says we say the word like way too much.
I'm dead.
So we now have a sound goal, like goal of 20. That's the goal we're given.
So
So
less than 20, or we can't say more than 20?
it's 20 or less.
Oh, okay.
So
All
if
right.
we say like more than 20 times on the show, we get the big buzz at the end.
Oh, okay. All right, I got you.
Every time we say like, you're gonna hear this dinging sound, and then at the end, he's gonna come on with the like count, and we get the big buzz if we miss the 20 mark.
All right, we got this.
You think we could do it?
I mean, I feel like I say like because it's sometimes when I'm trying to form sentences, it's harder, but we got this. It's gonna, like you said, this is gonna keep us accountable. We don't have to say like.
It's gonna take some time because I know when I want to expand upon something, I'll say like, and add whatever thought process,
Right,
and it's
exactly.
unnecessary.
Right.
So I was watching this podcast on the Joe Budden network. I think it's called See I'm Saying or something like that. And she says they had Joe Budden on there. And the third girl, I guess she's self-quarantining because they think she might have COVID. So Joe Budden's up on that third mic that she's usually on, and also I hear this low Joe Budden sound going, "I can't believe y'all got me on here on this COVID mic." I
Did he whisper it? Did he say it mad loud?
It sounded like something, like when you say something to like your well, maybe not, but when I say something to my teen and he doesn't want to get in trouble for saying the wrong thing, he'll
Mm-hmm.
mutter something under his breath as he's walking away. That's what it sounded
I'm
like.
dead. He was like, "Damn, got me on this damn COVID mic."
I'm surprised Post didn't cut it for him because I would have had Post cut that.
I know, they probably thought about it and was like, "This is funny."
It definitely oh my god, it was super funny. I listened to it and I died laughing. I'm not even a Joe Budden super fan, okay? Like, I don't man, I don't even
I'm sorry to say it, but who is this man? I'm sorry to this man. Who is this man? Who's Joe Budden?
Joe Budden was like a rapper. Damn it.
Wait, I was
He's
about to say, is he a football player? Like, I'm so off.
no, he's a rapper that used to rap with Eminem. I think there's like a whole Eminem Joe Budden beef, and people say he's talented. I don't know. I've only listened to like one or two of his songs,
Mm.
and they're pretty dope. I'm not gonna hate. I give credit where credit's due. His podcasts are pretty interesting though.
Oh, okay, that's dope.
Like the See I'm Saying, the 3 girls that he has, that episode where he said, "I can't believe y'all got me on the COVID mic." He I'm sorry. So, that episode was the first one I saw because my fiance told me to listen to it. So I was like, "Alright." I pulled it up and the first thing I hear is Joe Budden talk about the COVID mic.
I can't. Do they explain that the third guest is like quarantined or like?
You I don't know. I think it's covered in like a previous episode or something.
Makes sense.
So what I did was I watched like the episode prior to Joe Budden saying that, hoping to get an idea of what's going on. And they were talking about Meg the Stallion not pressing charges against Tory Lanez. Remember when we talked about that? When we
Yes.
talked about Cardi B and all that? Which she's back with Offset, so no, I'm not giving that any more airtime.
I'm dead.
I'm
We
like,
had a whole episode on that,
yeah,
and
we
then,
had
like, a
like
month
an
later.
entire episode about her getting finally getting divorced, but you know what? It's all right. Like it takes a few times before you
Exactly.
finally have enough. And if she never has enough of that, then I mean that's her choice, her happiness, her choice.
Exactly, it's her life,
I
and
mean,
according to her, it was just fighting, so which I don't know.
I'm pretty sure, well, I'm not gonna speculate.
Right,
I'm not gonna speculate. So moving right along.
right. Which way? That way.
I'm so mad I don't remember the name. I think it's called See I'm Saying, but it's definitely on the Joe Budden network. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and check that out. It's pretty good. I didn't, but in my opinion, I felt like it was really long. It was all like one of the episodes was almost 2 hours.
That's crazy, we don't have an attention span that long.
For I don't know, by 46 minutes I was scrolling and looking for Julie and the Phantom Easter eggs.
Oh my goodness, not Julie and the Phantoms. Your obsession has grown.
It's grown. It's like a relationship.
Oh no,
You
she's
gotta
gone
nurture
too
it.
far.
Let me stop before like the news gets out and it's like, oh, Julene, CEO of Mama's Always Right Media, is obsessed with a teenager.
No,
I'm
wants to
like,
date a
no,
show. He's in a
it's the show.
relationship with the show.
It's the show.
No, what's that show, My Weird Obsession or something? Going to contact you and be like, "So, you think you're dating Julie and the Phantom?"
Be like, "No, no, no. I don't think I'm dating them. I have a friendship with them."
Oh, no. Oh,
They
okay,
just
we're go
don't
so
know
when can
it.
we film this episode?
Oh, shit.
Hmm, need to
Shout
get
out to
right
the
on that.
cast of Julie and the Phantoms. You guys did a fantastic job. I'm joking around. I'm not lurking. Sorry.
She follows you guys on our Instagram.
I do. Our company Instagram follows all the cast of Julie and the Phantoms. Well, I wanted to get Charlie Gillespie and Madison Reyes on the show. I
Mm.
was hoping they would message me back.
You have to, like,
I
email them and email their people and stuff. Sometimes it has to just be a bit more official when you
yeah,
contact them.
yeah, you're right. Hey, maybe you can shoot that email out. We can shoot our shot.
Right, exactly.
I shot my shot on Instagram and it didn't work. So, how's your week been, Nichi?
Ah, what an interesting week. I've been stressed out. I've been yelled at by customers. We've had a lot going on. People upset, doing crazy things, and I don't know if we should go in full detail, but it's been stressful.
I'm sorry. I would like to add our customer, Mr. Ed, onto the list. I think we should call him Mr. Ed because he's kind of a horse's ass and he just will not stop. Can we add him to the client wall of shame?
Oh, yes, he will. And we should call him, yeah, Mr. Ed.
Yeah. Mr. Ed, you are canceled.
Exactly.
I'm over it. First of all, should we tell the story of Mr. Ed? Mr. Ed, he paid for a service, right? He paid our grant services. If you get one grant, it's $2,000. This is for the Mom is Always Right writing agency. If you get one grant and registration service, that's $2,500. We also have a monthly contract option where we do 2 grants, $700 a month with a 3-month contract, right? So Mr. Ed paid a discounted amount for 1 grant. I even did his registrations for free. And then he called and he was like, "You owe me 2 more grants." And I'm like, "You didn't pay for 2 more grants."
Right.
What happened with that, Nichi?
I mean, they go on to say, to call me a very unprofessional name and very racist name and get very upset. And yeah, they just get very upset. So they called me ghetto and we decided not to continue working with him. So he's very upset about that.
Yeah, and he's like definitely kind of like what is the word I'm looking for? He's an ass. That's that's I have no other words for that. It's
Right.
like, oh man, I just said it like mad times. Oh, I said it
I think
again.
we should can we just let's cut that whole do you think we should be that detailed about it though?
Oh,
Because it
yeah,
okay.
that's it. That's the story of Mr. Ed.
Okay.
He thinks we owe him 2 grants. We don't owe him 2 grants. He paid for 1. He got 1 and registration service. And oh, don't forget, he left us a review under a fake name.
Right.
He called you ghetto. He called me on my personal number. Like he's been an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, I think that clients that expect any type of service and being called any type of thing, I just think they were just under the impression that since they paid something that we owe them, like whether we were like I said like again. They are right.
We suck at this.
Right. I mean, I think that he believes that we're tied to him. So it's just, yeah,
I
not
don't know.
tied to him. I'm trying not to say like because I can't explain what I'm trying to say. I mean, like you see, I said like. So you know when I have to say like to explain myself. It's a metaphor.
Well, I don't think metaphor should count.
Right, because I have to say like when you go to like McDonald's and you order, I pay them to make me one chicken sandwich. That doesn't mean they have to make me chicken sandwiches for the rest of my life. That's
Exactly.
what I think he thinks. It's like a contractual, like we're under him, like we're on retainer, like that. And that's why
Well,
I'm saying like because it's a metaphor.
he didn't pay for us to be on retainer, so
Right, exactly.
that's not a realistic expectation on his part.
And I think
So
ego's attached to it as well.
that and entitlement, don't forget entitlement.
Right.
Feels entitled, like he is entitled to access to me since
Right.
I was the initial contact,
Right, I
when
think a
really
lot of clients think that, and I think that not their biggest complaint, they're just like he's obviously upset about that, but Julian is the CEO and founder. Yes, she started this by herself and it was only her, but as a business grows, as if it's being successful or as it's just growing, she hired more people, she hired me. At first, I was the marketing assistant, then I was the customer manager, so I was dealing directly with the customers. And then eventually there's writers, we have a team, right? So that's it. So
yeah.
people are just so confused on the idea of a team. Like I said like again. But it's because the way I try to communicate with like metaphors or something, but they're just confused with it. Like it just doesn't. It's not comprehensible if that's a word, but
Yeah, it's just not something that they're accepting. They're experiencing cognitive dissonance because it's contrary to what they believe in the beginning.
right.
So, I don't know. Oh, what was there was one other issue with a disgruntled employee.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll call her Katie. We're adding Katie to the new employee wall of shame.
Right.
There
I
were
mean,
several complaints about Katie's work. One client even called me at home to complain about Katie's work.
right. And then I mean, we should talk about this more once it's settled, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely something that's what stressed me out the most. In general, when you sign a contract and there's a privacy clause, you can't just go around you're not supposed to have access to a client list. And for some reason, if a client list is available to you, you can't go around emailing all of them once you're not part of the organization anymore. Like that's
She
private. That's their private
She
information.
illegally copied the shared drive at once she was termed. Well, she wasn't even
You
technically
can't term a
termed.
freelancer.
Yeah, she's like a private contractor that we chose not to work with anymore. So, while we were trying to catch up and take off her access, she decided to copy our entire drive.
Right, and she was upset about something that she had a right to be upset about. That's not something that we
No, if we're gonna tell it, we're gonna tell it. She was tagged, like, we fined her for missing not 1, but 3 deadlines. She missed 2 deadlines on the same client. We lost that three-peat client, and then the client was who was with me when I was just a freelancer up late at night doing the work, like, that customer has been with me from the beginning. I've lost count of how many times he has hired my company to do his work, and she was late on his deadline. After that, I was like, "I'm done. I'm done." She got fined, and now she's disputing the amount.
right, and right, exactly. So, she just I feel like she was upset about something and she didn't go about it the right way, and she put herself more in trouble than she needed to.
This is true because now the FBI knows she took our shared drive. So if
Loser.
she tries to do anything crazy with it, boom, there it is. We now have evidence for a defamation lawsuit and libel. Definition, we have defamation and libel. We have that type of evidence as well as a grounds for a civil suit because she illegally copied our shared drive.
Right, and I mean, and her reasoning behind that was that she wasn't officially fired, but again, as a freelancer, private contractor, you don't even have to be told you're not working with us
We
anymore.
just we just have to stop hiring you for projects,
Right.
basically.
So,
So, I guess it was just your turn, Nichi.
I mean, I was just stressed out because I mean, I don't know. I was just upset because it was very stressful. And besides us getting fined about the amount, she feels like there was a delay in payment. But I mean, there's better ways to go about doing that. She should have waited. I was talking to this with someone. She should have waited to speak with an actual person, a lawyer, a representative, because she said she did when she contacted our employees. But I mean, our clients. But I believe there's no way someone who has knowledge of this or someone with a legal background will say, you know what, contact all of their clients on their
Yeah,
Instagram, on their social media, on anything. If you are so upset, you should go to a lawyer, and I bet they would have wrote a letter, they would have talked to us, they would have
yeah,
done
they
something. But I
they
know
would've.
in my heart, no one recommended her route.
Yeah, well, no sane lawyer would have recommended that route because what she did was commit defamation and libel
Besides
because
that, she
what sh
breached a privacy clause.
what
She's
she
not
was
supposed
saying.
to. Right.
Yeah, what she was saying wasn't true. So that's libel and it's defamation because she said it over the phone. She published it online, and there's proof. Like, she's just leaving proof everywhere between the emails and the posts and whatnot. There's just proof all over the place.
And even besides, of course, like talking, like, of course, we might lose clients over this, but the biggest thing is that the clients, when they hire us, want their stuff protected. Like, she's contacting people through their Instagram. Like, who would say, who lawyer would be like, yeah, get in contact with them. Yeah, even though one, you're not supposed to, that's a breach of privacy, which is
Well,
in their contract.
she even called one of our clients and lied and said she worked on her project when she didn't. Like, she took credit
For the
for
whole
one of
thing.
the for the entire thing, and it was one of the most beautiful business plans I've ever seen in my career, and she took credit for it, when really it was an intern and one of the other writers that is responsible for that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I know that it's defamation and libel, but the biggest thing to me is the privacy thing because
yes, the privacy is going to be what gives us, a firm
exactly. And the
standing
fact that
in
she
our
literally
civil
said
suit.
she copied the drive and her response back was, I wasn't officially fired. So you're telling me if you worked at like McDonald's, right? I like McDonald's as a metaphor, you know, but not in the cook part, but like no offense, like not in the
She
in
said,
like
"I don't like your food, but you're a good metaphor, though."
right, exactly. But in like the CEO part or the where they're in the offices, like the marketing, anyone that's in the office, like you work for the actual like company. You take their stuff, they do give you access, then you make a copy, they find the copy of it and they're like, "Oh, I'm still part of your team. I'm allowed to do that. I had access to it." I'm not even allowed to make copies of what I have access to. Why would I need everything? Like why would I need that? What would I do
Basically.
with that? Like you're not allowed to do that. And I'm saying like a lot, but I'm sorry.
Well, besides that, like, that's and besides the privacy issue, that is our intellectual property.
Right, because it has client work as well. It
Yeah,
doesn't
it has
just have
client work, it has stuff that I've written, like, it's not okay that she copied that.
mm.
So, I don't know.
She stressed
Honest
me out because, I don't she just stressed me out because she was talking bad about us. She got in contact with Mr. Ed, and she doesn't even know the full story, and apparently she's making a case against us, but then again, as I said before, she should have really talked to someone, like a representative and or a lawyer, and they would have told her to do something that she did not do.
well,
She's the one who got herself in trouble, and at this point, I can't help you.
seriously, and it's like, oh, there I go again. Do you realize, like, internet crimes are reported to the FBI, not the local police? So, I had to write a thing to the FBI to tell them an employee stole my shared drive. So if she opens up bank accounts, commits any fraudulent activity with any type of information or whatever, the FBI has it on file that it was stolen from us. Why would you want to be on their radar at all?
I mean, I don't know who she not even I don't know who she is. I don't know who you probably Googled something and was, "Ooh, I know so much." I don't understand why you would do anything without knowing if you could do it, like, for real.
Honestly, and that's the problem with this much information being at your fingertip. Like suddenly, you attend Google University and you think you're a lawyer. Look, you
Must
had
be
time
funny
to
to the fullest
Google
extent of the law.
what like the law. Yo, take that time and Google an actual lawyer, bro.
Or a representative, which is what she said she had. She said she had a
Which
representative. Oh my god. I know no representative said to email the clients. I know that no representative said, "Let's just take their client list and run away." Like, no. And if they did, we should sue them. I would
well,
sue that for putting somebody in that, like, oh my goodness.
and look, she did us dirty AF, but we're over here like, yo, whoever told you you could do that did you dirty.
It really,
Like,
really did. And
you shoulda gone to see a lawyer.
you really should, and I know lawyers are expensive and all that, but I know you could have found someone who would have helped, like, if you really wait, and I think she was under the impression that she was an actual employee. So what she Googled probably isn't even correct,
Well, I mean, she signed a W-9 and a contract that said she
she's
is a
a
private
freelancer.
contractor,
Yeah.
so I don't know, but, that's all the time I really wanna dedicate it to that 'cause that's all it is buffoonery, and and shout out to Mr. Smith, Attorney Smith out in, where is he from? Out in Encino on, Ventura Boulevard, I think, whatever. Shout out to Attorney Robert Smith, excellent attorney, highly recommend this attorney. He took care of my company stuff, he's been taking care of, like, family stuff. He's also making sure I'm getting taken care of for the accident when I was hit by a drunk driver. Attorney Smith is the man. He's like the renaissance man of like lawyers. So,
A
hey. All right. So, coming up after the break, we're going to talk about Halloween, Thanksgiving. It's a big holiday episode, so if we go over, sit back and enjoy. There's more of us to love this week. But it's a big holiday episode, so after the break, we're going to talk about Thanksgiving, Halloween, cultural appropriation, and the big presidential debate. We're also going to talk about Halloween movies, and we're going to have a debate on whether Nightmare Before Christmas is a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie.
Dun dun
Stay
dun.
tuned. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Stay tuned, y'all. Keep it locked. And we're back. Welcome back to the show. Hey.
Hey, how are y'all?
So today
Happy
we want to
holidays.
talk about it's the big holiday episode. Yay!
Woo.
We're going to talk about Halloween and Thanksgiving. So, Nichi, do you have any Halloween traditions?
Well, I love trick or treating. I think I was in like 10th grade, and me and my friends went trick or treating. And in New York, I went to school in Manhattan, so we just went around all the stores and just got candy. And we were like, yeah, we're like 5. We're not that old. No one said anything, so we got mad candy. And I think that was the last time I went trick or treating. I really want to go to a pumpkin patch this year.
Yeah, if it wasn't so cold on the East Coast, fall would have been my favorite season because I love the pumpkin patches, the little corn mazes, the hay
Yeah,
rides,
the haunted houses.
apple picking.
Aw. I mean, it was actually such good weather last week. It was really hot. This week it's gonna be cold. It feels like 43 right now in Kentucky.
Girl, it's like 80 degrees out here.
Oh, lucky you.
It
Must
was
be
like
nice.
it was like 72. No, it's hot for no reason. I got up in the morning, took a shower, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take another shower. It's so hot.
Oh, I feel you on that.
Then it was like hair wash day. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and take another shower.
As you should.
Ugh. And then it's like that dry desert weather too. So it's
Mm.
ugh. It's yucky.
So, what's your favorite part of Halloween?
The costumes.
Yes.
The costumes. And I don't like the candy part. It freaks me out. It really does. My uncle is 10 months older than me, and he told me we have to let the parents check the candy, right?
Right.
When I was little, he said we have to let our parents check the candy because somebody might put like razors in it.
Right.
And ever since then, I'd like look at the candy. There it goes saying like again. I would look at the candy and check.
I said it like 12 times already.
I'm really trying to.
It's really annoying because I can hear myself say it.
Right?
Yeah.
Then it just comes out.
But I think it's needed for my sentence. It's a metaphor.
Well, I would check the candy for holes because I would be so shook that there would be like razors in my candy or someone would like inject something in it. So the candy was like my least favorite part. As a parent, my favorite part of Halloween is stealing my kids' candy.
Period.
I'm telling you, the candy wrapper, there is no bigger snitch than a candy wrapper.
I'm
The
dead.
kids go to bed.
And it's like
Yeah, the kids go to bed and all you hear is
exactly.
and the kids wake up too. They're like, candy?
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 They're like, wait, can I have some? Like I said, like
What's going on, Ma? What's that in your hand?
what's the tea? That's not fair. I should get some.
I'm over here, mouthful of Snickers, like nothing.
Nothing. I don't know what you're talking about.
This is not a Snickers. This is not the Snickers you're looking for.
Right.
But the costumes have always been my favorite part.
I love the costumes. Every year I do something and try to be something. I like creating. I enjoy like the creativity behind it. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, I so it's always interesting how I can make a costume come together.
Yes, my mom
Although
taught me how to.
as a mom, I've been super lazy with the sewing and
Aw.
just going to the store.
Week. I was about to say, what are they gonna be this Halloween?
David wants to be a Jedi, John wants to be a robot, and of course, Carmen, she wants to be a princess.
I was about to say Sailor Moon.
No, princess.
Oh, princess.
Oh, she had you going
No,
to
she said,
I
"It's a
so
Sailor
huh?
Blueberry, their colors," and then there was one story that, like, a devil came out, and they were throwing their lemons at them and their blueberries, and I'm like, I never really watched Sailor Moon, but I don't remember this, so I ended up, like, Googling it. It took me, like, 10 minutes into the conversation for me to realize, like, "Oh, she's making this up." She said it was such conviction. She was like, "Yeah, there's a Sailor Blueberry called Blue Blue." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
My daughter had you searching for lost episodes of
Yes,
Sailor
I was
Moon.
like, "Where?" Oh, maybe they changed it, like, it's been, like, a lot of years since I've seen it, so I was like, "Oh, maybe there's a new generation of Sailor Moon things." Yeah, and then
When
she was like, "The
when you
devil
told
came
me
out."
that, I swear I died laughing. I
Oh
was
my
done
gosh.
with life.
The Sailor Moon she had
She
me going.
said Sailor Blue Blue.
Yeah, she did. I was like, no, I was asking her questions and trying to get the names. I was like, "So what's their names again?" She's like, "Blue Blue and Lemmy Lem." I was like, "Okay." And then it just randomly, she's like, "So a devil," you know how like you kind of like zone out sometimes when they're talking. So she was talking about Sailor Moon, and then all I heard is a devil came out. I was like, "Oh my god, this show has just really advanced since I watched
Bruh, I could have I was when you said, "Had me online Googling lost episodes of Sailor Moon."
it." Really
I
did.
was done.
I
I
really,
could
really
not
did.
stop laughing.
No, I really thought she was for real. Like I thought she was serious. That means she's a good storyteller.
Hey, that
Hey.
of course, that's my child.
Right, exactly.
You know, what had me shook though? My son, David, I was like, he's back and forth on his grades and whatnot, but he not jokingly, he was dead serious, told me that I said, David, I think he mispronounced Birmingham. I said, it's pronounced Birmingham, like letters from a Birmingham jail, like with Martin Luther King. This boy told me that Martin Luther King was the first black president, and he was dead serious too, ready to argue his point. You remember that?
Yeah, you
And I,
told me.
yeah, and I made him write an essay about Martin Luther King and his effect on the civil rights movement and the significance of his letter from his writings. And what had me shook was my son's thesis statement. I was expecting something like corny, something that most kids his age would pass off as quality,
Right.
like Martin Luther King had a dream,
I'm dead.
blah 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 blah. You know what this kid's thesis statement is?
What?
Martin Luther had a dream, and in the year 2020, it's still not realized.
Oh wow, that's crazy. That's incredible.
Shook,
Oh my god, I got chills.
right? And he cited racist teachers, racist police officers,
Wow.
and I don't even remember the other racist thing he cited as evidence that Martin Luther King's dream hasn't been realized.
That's crazy. That's powerful.
Right? I was shook, especially like there I go again. Damn it.
I mean,
Especially
I think it's necessary to say like because it's like something.
especially when he cited George Floyd. He has to be on the internet for like school purposes and and whatnot. So it was really hard to shelter him from that. So instead of sheltering him from it, we just had the talk.
Right. Hmm.
Which I wrote about in 500 words, conversations piece. I wrote about the talk. Unbeknownst to him, he gets a talk every day before he walks out the door. He doesn't really understand why or the whys or hows of it. But after he wrote that essay and, saw the George Floyd video, I didn't have a choice but to sit him down and give him the official talk. And it sucks. but
So
it
sad.
is what it is.
Right, it's the reality. Like
It
you said,
is.
Martin Luther King's dream is not realized.
So I've got a future storyteller in the midst, and I've got a future writer if he could get himself together.
Aw.
John made his own robot.
Greetings!
I'm sitting here. Remember all those weeks where I was like, John, why are you playing with the garbage? I go out to the garbage.
Right.
He made a whole robot out of our cardboard boxes.
Wow, that's crazy.
He put his little robot helmet on too. He was like, "Look at my robot, mommy." I was like, "What is oh, it looks like a robot too." He did like cardboard boxes and some model magic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was really dope and really creative.
Oh, did you take a picture of it?
Oh, I'm going to when it's finished.
Oh, okay. I'm so excited to see it.
Yeah, like I can't wait either. What are you gonna be for Halloween?
Okay, so it's either I think me and my niece are either gonna be the Fairly Odd Parents, so Wanda or Cosmo, or Cruella Deville, and she's gonna be a Dalmatian, and her
Oh,
rabbit's gonna be a Dalmatian.
that's cute.
Yes.
Oh, none of my kids match.
I mean the Jedi and the robot and the princess. That's
Well,
the story.
no, that could be it. We can spray paint him gold, and he could be C3PO. Bam.
Yeah, and then it's
And then Carmen can be Princess Leia.
oh, hey,
Hey,
look at you. That'd be so cute with two buns.
yeah,
Oh,
that's one of her favorite hairstyles anyway.
see. Oh, and her Julene did Vox braids on her hair. Update on the hair for Carmen, and it came out incredible.
Oh, yeah, it was so cute. Oh my god.
Like you know when you do box braids on like natural hair or just braids, and it kind of comes out like not pointy, but like it comes out like it's sticking out because it's not natural on a.
Yeah.
You did it so well. It came out like straight and long. It was beautiful. Not straight, but like down.
Well, the trick was getting it to pop up in the right places and then flat
Mhm.
in the right places, so
Right.
it would follow her natural hair
That's
movement.
exactly what I'm trying to say. That it flows naturally with her hair instead of looking like like awkward.
Yeah. Yeah, I used, Jam. What's it?
Mm.
Jam and yeah, Let's Jam. They didn't have, like, Shine and Jam, so and they didn't even have Eco Styler. Like, I'm really irritated by the lack of products out here.
That's crazy. Do you guys have like a beauty supply store?
No, not out in West Covina that I've seen.
Mm.
So if I go to an actual like store, one, I'll send Rob because I already told you I'll mess around and end up in a fight out there.
Right.
I can't deal with people. Um,
Right.
I feel like how I feel. I'm just tired. I'm tired. I do have a right to go into any store I choose to
Mhm.
purchase whatever I like if I have
Right.
the money.
Exactly.
But at some point you just have to pick and choose what drama you're willing to deal with.
Mm.
And that's not a drama I'm willing to deal with anymore. You know,
Mhm.
you can only turn around and say, "What the F is your problem?"
I don't have
But
time.
so many times I don't
Right.
have time for that.
Mhm.
But so I have my tried and true pirate costume.
Aw.
Well, I didn't have time to really make any of the costumes, like I said. But what is up? Can we talk about the Halloween stores? Why is everything sexy this and sexy that?
I don't know.
First
I guess that's what people want to be, especially if they're like older.
first of all, I am a mother of 3 children, okay?
You
some
can
parts of
still
my
be
body
sexy, girl.
some parts of my body don't stand up the way it used to. Like, I know what looks good on me. And running around these streets half naked in a costume. First of all, whoever created the sexy Abe Lincoln
I'm
costume,
dead.
you're canceled. You're just straight
Cancel.
up canceled.
Cancel. Oh my gosh, side note, do you remember when, which is so offensive, remember when Kim Kardashian got raped? Not raped, my bad. When she got kidnapped and like robbed in Paris?
We talked about that in the Cardi episode, right? Or
Right, yeah.
was it the cancel culture episode?
I'm not sure, but we did talk about it. We mentioned it before. But there was like a Halloween costume of her being like bound.
Ew.
Like, that was the
Wow.
costume.
That oh, that's tacky. You're
That's
tacky.
that's
Whoever
just
wore
not
her costume,
funny.
you're tacky.
Right, like, no, you
That's
could
not
buy it, like,
cool.
on Amazon.
Get
Like, it
out.
wasn't like someone did it, it's just a costume that you could buy. Like,
Oh,
literally, like, I don't know what it was called, but you could it would came out right after that, and the reason why I said right before is because there's a video on David Letterman's new Netflix show where she was like, "I had to prepare for that because she was wearing a robe with nothing underneath." That was what came under that's what went in her head. She was like, "I have to prepare for the worst."
wow.
It's you should watch it if you
Wow.
haven't watched that video.
Yeah, I'll watch that.
Mhm.
That's whoever did
Ew.
that, you're tacky. Just
Right.
creator of Kim K kidnap
Ew.
costume, tacky.
Mhm. Right.
That's so crazy. I like wow. Just wow.
Mhm.
I have no words. And I mean, that's right on topic because we are talking about tacky costumes.
Exactly. People are like, I think it's cute when someone's like peanut butter and jelly
Yummy.
or something, or
That's
bacon and
adorable.
Yummy.
eggs.
Like, oh, there I go again.
I said
I
like 12
can't
times already. Imma just that's me. Imma put like
we're
on my
we're
forehead.
we're getting the big buzz. It's
I
unavoidable.
feel like, oh my gosh, I can't stop saying it. I know when I was talking about the previous thing we were talking about, with employees, I said it like 13 times at least.
Yeah. But we're gonna get ourselves together. That's all right. It's fine.
We'll
We're
do
we're
it. We'll get this together.
we'll get it. So this Halloween, I'm probably gonna go with the tried and true pirate costume because I'm secretly a pirate. I'm just saying.
Aw.
I love pirates. I took my son to see Pirate Dinner Adventure with Rob. That was like their first outing together. And like I completely enjoyed it. The Pirate Queen was a whole mood. I loved it.
Aw. We
I
should do
I
a Halloween costume together and then take pictures
Yes.
of it.
Yes, you could do like a Meow Me Halloween.
Yes.
Well, I mean, trick or treating's canceled this year, so I don't know what
Girl,
I'm gonna do with these
I make it
kids.
in my house. You know what you should do? Get Oh my god, you should make a treasure hunt in your house.
Cool.
Yeah, like, get
Yes.
candy and then just hide it, and then you have to make clues and stuff. Look at me.
That's a
My
Yes,
brain
we could put we can
Bingo.
put a whole bunch of like chocolate in a treasure box
Mhm.
and then make it a treasure hunt because I'm dressing up like a pirate.
Yeah. Oh, look at us. Have
Yes.
you seen that video, with, the guy from Clueless, Paul Rudd? He's like, "Look at us. We're here. Look at us."
Yes.
I'm gonna send it to you. It's really funny because he's eating, like, hot wings, and then everyone will go up to him and say that, "Look at how we got here."
That's wow.
Mhm.
That's funny. We should probably talk about do you have any favorite Halloween movies?
It's Hocus Pocus or Halloween Town. Disney movie, baby.
Hocus Pocus.
Yes.
Yes.
Ah, that used to scare me when she was like the cat had 9 lives, and then
Oh, my favorite part obviously is when Mary starts singing to the children.
same.
I wanted to sing like her.
Put a spell on you.
Yeah, and when he starts singing, "I put a spell on you," I was like, Midler, you
Yes,
go,
I
girl, you
love her. I love Beaches.
go."
That was a good movie.
Peaches made me cry.
Yes.
Oh my god. See, you know what's crazy? I used to get her confused with that other lady, what's her name? Barbara
Oh,
Streisand or
me too.
whatever?
I feel like I just figured out those are 2 different people.
Well, see, that's the thing. One of them's super down to earth, and one of them's kind of a pain in the ass.
I don't know
And
which is which.
I think it's Barbara Streisand because she shut down, like, a whole mall and said nobody was allowed to look at her.
I'm dead. You know what? She's Barbra Streisand. Period poop. Mhm.
Like, you're a person.
I'm dead.
You're literally a person.
Right.
Get out of here.
Mhm.
You don't want people looking at you, order your stuff on Amazon.
No, put glasses on. No, put blindfolds on, turn around, and I think you'd be
You
alright, like,
good, for real,
put
you'll be alright,
no,
like,
do Sia and put a wig over your eyes.
seriously, she went to a mall, shut the whole thing down, and
Touch
was like
paradise.
had her security say nobody could look at her,
Touch
Uh,
and
paradise.
I'm just like,
what?
"For what?"
Did they pay her? Oh, wait, no, she went to the mall to shop, and then she was like, "Oh, no, you can't."
You can't look at me.
Oh,
Like, all the you know how, like, back in the day in, like, England and stuff, you weren't allowed to look at the king or the queen? Like, she was that's what she was on. So, I'm saying Barbara Streisand, no. Like, no. No, hunty.
that's a little
Order your
much.
stuff on yeah, that's too much. I don't even know, like, you did she was in, like she was in Funny Girl,
I mean, why don't you just, like, rent out the mall or something and just or if
right?
you really need to go to a mall, like, if that's necessarily important to you at this moment in time.
Yeah, seriously.
Mhm.
And or she could do like J-Lo and be a jerk and shut down the whole mall
Oh,
on a certain day.
good.
Yes, I'm calling out J-Lo because like 10 years ago, she shut down the Bronx Zoo on donation day.
No, she didn't. Oh,
Yes,
J-Lo.
she did. She shut down
That
the
was the
entire
day that it's free, right?
yeah, that's the
Oh.
day where you just donate a quarter or something and you can go in.
I knew that was a PR nightmare for her. She probably didn't even think, "Who it's these PR people, like, y'all really need to start thinking. Like, who's
Right?
on your team, my guy?" Like,
You're dumb.
Who she need yeah, she definitely need to fire her PR people for that because
I know it's
she's
not mhm.
she can definitely afford to go on any other day of the week.
Exactly, like, it couldn't she couldn't I believe it's Wednesdays, I don't know if it was that time now, but
It is Wednesday. I used to skip school to go.
I'm dead, exactly, so, like, why couldn't you go on a Thursday or a Tuesday? Like, what exactly is the difference?
Yeah, I was over there mad too. Like, first of all, I just skipped school. I'm about to get my ass whooped when I get home, and I don't even get to go to the zoo. I don't like you right now. Straight like that. But I'm telling you, Bette Midler did that in that she was really like she felt like Winifred Sanderson in that movie.
Yep, exactly.
And then what I don't know, just Sarah Jessica Parker, she that was her like before Sex in the City and it was just so dope. Like that whole
It
movie is
came out before Sex and the City did?
yeah, I feel like it came out before Sex in the City
Really?
because that was my first Sarah Jessica Parker encounter.
Well,
And
she
then I
killed
saw her on
it.
Sex in the City. What am I wrong? We should probably look that up.
I think we should. I mean, I
Okay.
don't know. When did that come? I think that's what we should Google today.
Yes, we should definitely Google what came first, Sex in the City or Sarah or
It's,
Hocus Pocus.
I mean, it kind of matters because like it was a Disney movie, but sometimes people get movies after they're already like famous. And I said like again, woohoo!
Okay, so Sex in the City premiered May 27th. Oh no, that's the movie came out. Oh, when I'm gonna say when did Sex and the City show premiere? June 6th, 1998. So we're gonna just remember 1998, June 6th, 1998. When did Hocus Pocus premiere? July 16th, 1993.
We're having an emergency.
Okay, so Hocus Pocus came before Sex and the City.
Oh, okay. That's crazy. Good for her.
Yeah,
We're
she
having an
really
emergency. We're gonna
what's
have.
going on?
Oh no, it worked. My charger wasn't working.
Oh no.
Like it's gonna cut off. All right. Side note.
Okay,
Wait, but
so
why is it doing that? Is it because I'm sorry? I think it's because I'm on a pillow. All right. We may go back to regular programming now.
yay. And
All right.
we're
So Hocus Pocus came before Sex in the City.
yeah, Hocus Pocus came before Sex and the City. And it makes sense because that's the first time I saw Sarah Jessica Parker. Then I saw her in Sex and the City, and I was like, "Oh, okay, this is different. This is
Look at
definitely
her acting skills, her repertoire, her profile, portfolio.
like I was happy to see that here was in Hocus Pocus. She kind of played a bimbo. Let's just be
Right.
honest.
Right.
And in Sex and the City, she plays, like, a really smart writer who's
Yes.
at the top of her career trying to navigate, like I really appreciated the growth in her acting
Mhm.
skills.
Right, exactly. Same.
So, now onto the great debate. Do you think Nightmare Before Christmas is a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie?
I think that it is a Halloween movie and it is just a twist on it because it's called Nightmare Before Christmas and Halloween is before Christmas. So
True.
I feel like he was being creative and made a twist on,
I
you know?
I love Tim Burton, honestly. I think his
Right.
movies are awesome, like, they're
Doesn't he have
weird,
another one?
great.
What's the other one called? It's Nightmare Before Christmas and
Um, there's the Tim Burton has a bunch of movies.
yeah.
He has Alice in Wonderland, like, both Alice in Wonderlands,
No, that's
Nightmare
like
Before Christmas, Edward
yeah.
Scissorhands,
Mhm.
9. There's a cartoon called 9.
Mm,
I I thought it was a really interesting take on the allegory of the cave, but
right. Mhm.
that's a conversation for a different day.
Yeah, with
I
Play-Doh, right?
I think Nightmare Before Christmas is a Christmas movie because all the driving action takes place during Christmas.
Okay.
So, comment in our Twitter and let us know whether you think Nightmare Before Christmas is a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie. Let us know either comment us, send us a message, or you can send us a tweet and tell us your opinion. Weigh in on the great debate. Speaking of debates, did you catch the VP debate and the final presidential debate?
Let's talk about speaking.
Yes, Mr. VP, I'm speaking.
Yeah, period. She said I don't know if you saw, but SNL did a reenactment of it. It's hilarious. It's with Maya Rudolph, and she's like, "I'm speaking." Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Have to check that out. She
Perfect.
does a spot on impression of Kamala Harris.
Yes, she
Alec
does.
Baldwin does a really good Donald Trump too.
Oh, he does. He really does.
I love their cold opens. Oh my gosh, they are so good.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just discuss how the fly ended up becoming a meme?
No, let's discuss Joe Biden's team making merch from it.
Yes.
Let's talk about how they came out with fly swappers, whatever it's called. They
No,
came out
lie
with shirt
swatters.
swatters. They came out with shirts. They came out with like merch, and they were quick with it too. They were like, "Here."
Yes. Like the very next day, less
Yes,
than 12 hours later,
they
you
were like
could purchase the
happy.
lice water for
Yes.
$10 on
Oh
their
my god.
site.
But you know what's crazy? There was like a tweet that was like, it was funny, but it's like distracting from the fact that he said that systematic oppression doesn't exist or systematic racism.
That's crazy.
Hmm.
I can't.
It was
And
funny though. You can't deny that fly stood there and
for like
stood there the whole time like it was a robot.
it just stayed but it stayed like I got the best seats in the house, y'all.
Right, I can hear everything. Ooh, this don't look like real
No.
hair.
The fly is the real MVP for letting us get our shit jokes off.
Right, exactly. Did you see the meme where like it's like excuse me, I'm saying like but it's a fly like dressed up and it's like a human being in like a fly costume and I don't know where it came from, but it was like the fly getting ready to enter the debate room. I was like going up the stairs with like heels on and it's like walking into somewhere and I'm like, no.
Oh, they did
Yes, I
it.
have to send you that meme, like, it's crazy. It's just, like, I don't know where like, I love memes because it's, like, something that has nothing to do with anything, and then they, like, make it into, like, contextual or whatever. It's so funny. It's just a person in a fly costume with a dress and heels on. It's like the fly getting ready to go to the room. Oh my
And
god,
I'll be honest, like Kamala Harris is not my favorite person.
right.
She's not even really a favorite popular person out here because Kamala Harris, she's like, my record speaks for itself. She has a record of locking up like a lot of people of color.
Mhm.
That is her record. And yeah, she locks up people of color, and that small crimes, she'll see like the maximum. She locked up innocent people. Kamala Harris is not she's not a good person. I don't
Mm-mm.
like her.
No.
Honestly, the fact that I don't like any of the candidates this year is really messing with me,
Mhm.
because no matter what, you gotta vote. You got
Yes.
to
So
vote. But look what we got. It's like, are we gonna vote for trash, or are we gonna vote for trash?
both sides suck.
Who's got the bigger pile of trash?
Right.
Can we talk about how the FBI took Joe Biden's laptop?
Oh no. That's strange. When you told me that the other day, I was like, nah, that ain't it, sis.
See, and I don't wanna say what the FBI said they're investigating until, they either confirm or deny, they confirm what they found, but I don't wanna
I
say what
mean,
they're looking for,
okay,
'cause
even just like having that out, it doesn't look good.
it really doesn't. See, and I'm all about the truth, so until the FBI says, "Hey, we found this," I'm not even gonna say what they're looking for.
Right, exactly.
But yep, they took his computer. They're investigating him. And I know what they said they're looking for, but I just want to address the fact that the lawyer took it back because there might be classified information on there. I'm thinking, why is there classified information on your laptop?
Their private laptop.
That's not okay.
You and Katie should have a conversation.
Seriously. Yeah, him and Katie need to have a conversation about not bringing stuff from work home,
Right.
especially as a veteran of the military. I'll tell you, OPSEC saves lives. That's operational security
Mhm.
protocol. That saves lives. OPSEC means you don't send emails from your personal computer about
Right.
classified information, Hillary.
Right.
You don't have classified information on your personal computer, especially if you may or may not be doing shady stuff like what the FBI is looking for on Joe Biden's computer.
Right.
So, you know,
I'll set up a meeting.
this is what we got going on, guys.
Yeah.
What about the last presidential debate? Did you see that?
Yeah. What was your thoughts on it?
I think the moderator did a good job.
Is it true that the microphones were off?
No, they muted the microphone when it's not their turn to speak,
Okay.
but they were still able to speak out of turn because the muting of the mic worked, like sometimes, and then sometimes it didn't.
Right. Mhm.
So it was a much more civilized debate. There was less interruptions, and the moderator did a fantastic job. I have to say that.
That's good. I know that Trump had to have some media relation meetings because he did much better this time.
I don't think he had media relation meetings. I really think the moderator was like, "Mr. President, your time's up.
Mm,
Cut the mic."
right. Mhm.
Yeah, I would still love to, like, they're so busy bashing each other, and we get ready to vote.
Yep.
But Thanksgiving in particular is a time, and sometimes Halloween, people sometimes tend to do commit crimes of cultural appropriation.
Appropriation. Mhm.
Let's just say that.
Yes.
Cultural appropriation is really prevalent this time of year from Thanksgiving to Halloween.
Yep. And it's
And
especially in the school systems because a lot of schools do plays and stuff like that. Let's talk about that.
yes, let's talk about how I got little feathers, construction paper feathers in my daughter's homework packet this past week. And I asked some of the parents, I found it highly offensive
Right.
because the headdress for indigenous people is sacred.
Mhm.
Like my family on the Filipino side, we have indigenous blood. Our tattoos for the tribes out there are sacred.
Mm.
And people appropriate tribals all the time, not realizing that the markings each mean something.
Exactly.
One tribe, they have a 4-stripe marking, which meant you're like a warrior. You earned that. You earned that. I mean, granted, you have to bring back the head of your enemy, but you earned it.
Earned it. Right.
The markings on the women on their arms, lots of the women will have like full sleeve tribals. It'll be a mark of beauty, guidance, stuff like that. Those tribals are sacred, but people appropriate them all the time, just because they look cool.
They look pretty.
In Halloween, I cannot believe in the year 2020, I'm finding myself for Halloween and Thanksgiving having to speak to an educator and other people and say, hey, I'm finding this narrative highly offensive because not only did she get feathers, Squanto's tribe, quotation air quotes, is what she's playing, a member of Squanto's tribe. If you're not familiar with the legend of Squanto, the legend and the actual story are two different things. Squanto was kidnapped from his village and taken to England or taken to Spain. I mean, he was educated or whatever, but I'm pretty sure he would have rather grown up with his parents and friends.
Right.
Just it.
I mean, it's 2021, and it's not hard to do some research and be accurate about what you're presenting and what you're telling children.
Squanto was a slave.
Yes.
In the play, oh, he was a guide, he brokered a peace. He may have brokered a peace and helped out the pilgrims or whatever, but it does not change from the original sin. He was a kidnapped slave. You could have told a million Thanksgiving stories, like one where the Quakers almost died and the Native Americans helped them out. But they chose the story of Squanto. His name is like Tisquanto or something, Squanto for short, because that's what we do. We change the story.
To make us look better, to make us look better, to make, yeah.
So when I went into the parent chat and I said, is this really happening in the year 2020?
Mhm.
The women, we all had a discussion about it. You remember I sent you the screenshots of that?
Exactly.
2 women agreed with me that it was kind of offensive, and, they didn't say it out loud. They didn't even take up for me in the main chat. They just, told me privately that they agreed with me, but didn't say anything. They didn't
Right.
say anything. Teacher, they didn't say anything in chat. Then I had one woman tell me, "That's something you should take up with Miss McMahon." I was like, "Oh, I intend to. I just wanted to know if, how you guys felt about it. I wanted to kind of see where they were at." And then we all had an exchange where, some of the women said, this is how we are explaining it because we don't believe our children are ready to hear like the dark side of history, which I can see that you can shelter them, pick and choose what you tell them. Just do not lie to them. And did you see what I said? How I see your point, but I don't agree with the headbands and the feathers because those are earned. You have to earn those to wear those.
And didn't one person at the teacher say to wear braids on one of the kids, to put braids in their hair?
Yes, yes. She messaged me privately and said that the teacher told her Native American daughter to wear braids with the headband.
Oh
And
my gosh.
I was done with life. She said this is from a place of ignorance. You could
Right.
simply tell her that this is offensive.
Exactly, which I
And
I mean, I just don't agree overall with not with the censoring, because in reality, I feel like they may be protecting their idea of what their history, like they want to make their point of view or their history, but that's not the truth. That's like how in when we get into high school, we're not told the truth about slaves, or we're not told the truth that we're told Christopher Columbus, right? That he
oh god.
discovered America. He didn't discover America. He conquered America. The Native Americans were here already. He's not the first.
Yeah.
He didn't discover anything. So I don't believe in protecting.
Honestly, Christopher Columbus didn't even conquer America per se. He just came here and killed a whole bunch of people
Right.
because he couldn't make them convert into Catholicism in the name
Right.
of Spain.
Right.
Yeah, Christopher Columbus is a whole nother story for a whole different day.
Exactly. But I'm just saying, like, I don't. Who are you protecting? You or your kids? Who isn't making you look better? I feel like that's what I'm trying to say. Like,
Yeah, the one Native American family, I can see how she says, they have their own Thanksgiving traditions.
right.
Where it's a day they remember people lost in the name of expansion.
But
That makes sense to me.
yeah, that does make sense because that means that they told their daughter or told their what happened. Because you have to let them know that people were lost and you have to mourn them and pray for them and stuff.
Yeah, but what about the guy who said
God.
not to talk to the teacher as if I needed his permission to have an opinion.
And if I'm paying an amount, they go to private school. I'm not gonna say how much, but they go to private school, and if you know private school ain't free, I'ma say what I want to say. Like I could, if
Exactly.
I want to be like, I don't like your school colors, I'ma say it. It's not like it's my like. Who are you? One, who are you to tell me what to say? I don't know who you are. You're not my husband. You're not my friend. It's free speech. But also, if
Sure,
I'm paying
I
X amount of
chime in
money,
an hour late.
like, if I pay X amount of money, Imma say what I gotta say, and that's on period.
Exactly. For the amount of money we pay to go to that school, I have a right to say, look, my daughter, I am offended
Right.
by this play. My daughter will not be participating. And yes, I did, I got a lot of criticism. And he said, this isn't for you to grandstand on your cultural views. Actually, it is for me to express
Right.
my my issue, and my issue is the fictional narrative and the cultural appropriation that is going on with this play. And
Exactly.
I have a right to ask, do you guys feel the same? And you see, we had the beef previous to that comment, we had a really good conversation and we learned a few things.
Right.
Like he just took it to a whole different.
He was
And
just
then
mad because he thinks that I don't know, he's just
so
mad.
he's just mad, like, apparently women should be quiet.
Right.
Apparently, I need his permission to express my opinion to my daughter's teacher.
And then he said, "Your daughter should just go to a different school." Excuse me? You got money? Give me my money
He
back. Like, no, I want you to
he
pay my tuition for me if you're gonna tell me what to say and not to say. That's
yeah,
what I want you to do.
he said, "If you have an issue with it, A, tell her not to go to participate, and B, have her go to a different school." Oh, I told him, A, my daughter will not be participating, and B, she has a right to learn without these antiquated, offensive traditions foisted upon her. So, and then had the nerve to insinuate that I did not have a job. Did you see that? He's like,
Yes.
unlike you. I was like, and what on earth would give you the impression that I was jobless? Do I text like an do I have a certain way of texting that says I'm unemployed?
No, because he was saying that you had the time to talk. That's basically what he was saying because
Apparently I had to,
if you talked during the middle of the day, that must mean you have nothing else to do because that's how
oh,
phones work.
oh, right, right. That's how cell phones work, clearly. Or could it be a negative stereotype that he has on minorities?
Of
Maybe.
course,
Could it
of
be?
course.
Because
It stems from yep.
because a woman at home during the day must be a bored housewife, can't possibly be a business owner.
Right, exactly. Right,
Oh no, I had to let him know. Actually, I'm a business owner, so
and I have
have
to
fun
be
with that.
exactly. You're like, as a business owner, I have to have my phone at by me during all day because if an employee needs to talk to me, like
Yep.
I
And I was like, have fun working all day, working outside all day though.
right. Hope you don't catch that COVID. Like,
Dead ass. Like, oh, he was such a prick. Oh, they're
I
gonna
mean,
start
and
dinging us
that's
for curse words.
yo, listen. In his logic, besides the prejudice behind assuming you don't have a job, in his logic, that means he doesn't have a job either because he responded.
Right?
Like
Exactly.
you took the time to like be rude. So why aren't you working right now, my friend?
Exactly. I was like, and you remember what I said? I was like, out here responding to me, you better hurry up and eat your food. You know you only got 30 minutes for a lunch break.
Right. Go get your freaking lunch.
Hey, bro, go get your lunch. You don't got time to be over here arguing with me. You punched the clock today. Get your lunch on and get back before you get written up, bro.
Right.
No, not to say to you hardworking folks out there, like not to be offensive to you. I know it's hard out there. I before I started this, I used to sling food. I managed at a Petco. I waited tables at Denny's. I managed at a Petco. I also drove a school bus. I drove the transit bus, party buses, limos, and then did everything. I worked 3 jobs at one time. I worked 2 jobs to get through college. One to pay for childcare, one to pay my bills and tuition. And I graduated with a 19 credit. Like I did a 19 credit semester to fast track and graduated with a 3.8. Like I get the struggle. So us roasting this dude for, having to punch the clock, that's not us being out of touch.
No, we're just not
We're just
even trying to comment on that. We're just saying that his logic was that he has a job, so you shouldn't have time to text or make a comment or something,
exactly
like, which
exactly.
does not make any sense because a phone is on all day.
Basically, and
Right. And
he's
I'm proud of you, like, money is money, but that's not what we're commenting on. We're just commenting on the fact that was his back logic, his
he seems like the type to really just feel like women shouldn't be heard.
right,
He's married though. Timothy Hayward is married. So, I mean, that he's his wife's burden to bear.
right, mhm.
That's his wife's issue. I'm like, take that ish to your wife cuz I'm having none of that here. I'll let you know exactly how I feel when I feel it and I do what I want. I told him I will bring it to the teacher because that's my right to do so. I'm a veteran. I fought for that. I'm gonna do that.
Yup.
I didn't have time for that ish. But in conclusion, I spoke with the teacher, which honestly, and to be real, I probably should have gone to her first
Right,
before seeing, how the other parents felt. I don't know why. I just wanted to see if they felt the same. If I didn't want the teacher to have heard the same complaint from multiple people and then have me come there and make the same complaint.
right,
So I guess I was asking to see if anybody felt the same way and if they said anything already, because I didn't want to add to that if it's already been said.
right,
But apparently, because people like that guy, people felt intimidated and did not speak up and tell people that they were offended.
right,
So when I spoke to her, she was really receptive.
right, and she ended up saying, like, that even her daughter was like, "Maybe you should do some research and make sure it's accurate, that the history is accurate."
Yeah,
And
and she
mhm.
and she said she would change the script, which
So
I thought was
action was
dope.
made. Mhm. So
Yep,
telling your opinion or speaking, not even your opinion, what you feel, made an action. Your voice has power.
exactly. Words have power. Communication has power.
Mhm.
At the end of the day, never be afraid to speak your truth.
Period.
So, and that's it. That was our extra long episode for today. All right, guys. So, thank you for joining us for It Goes Down in the PM. Make sure you hit us up on Twitter. It Goes Down in the PM on Twitter. What is it? It's like at sign. It Goes Down in the PM. And our Patreon is www.patreon.com/. It Goes Down in the PMs. Sign up to get exclusive access to what early access to episodes, access to commercial free episodes, and exclusive merchandise. This episode of It Goes Down in the PM has been brought to you by Mama's Always Right Media Writing Agency, where we take care of all your writing needs. And we have monthly subscriptions. We do a little bit of everything. We're a full service writing agency. And that's it. Bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Count is 327 today with the 20 allowed 307. Have a good day.
Goodbye.